Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is a big team win as the Indiana Fever take down the Aces at home, 80-70. What a game. We needed this. The team needed this. Tensions have been high, but you can tell that the standards are high from Stephanie White, Coach White, talking about this team. We'll talk a little bit about that after we kind of go through the game. But there were so many great things from this game, including Stephanie White getting a tech, firing up her team, and then immediately them going on a run, kind of waking them up out of kind of a daze, as the first half was pretty rough. And the reffing was awful, but the team overcame it. And I think let's just talk about the players and their performances tonight and kind of what went down. AB had a tough night. I mean, I love Aliyah Boston, but man, she's been yipping a lot of those close ones, just tough bounces around the rim. But even despite that, she won a bunch of jump balls for us tonight. While she had the tough bounces, she also weirdly made the harder shots, like she made the tough ones and then still didn't get the calls. And, stuff that Asia was getting called for on the other end of the floor, she's not getting called on her end of the floor. And it's just stuff that she has every right to be mad and upset in this game, but she didn't foul out, which is also important. And she made up for it again with those tip jump balls, with great D, with her great passing, kind of getting the ball, finding the player outside, getting threes off of it. And great D on Asia Wilson in general. Made stuff hard
The
for
matchup
her.
between these two
Limited her,
teams
didn't
3
let her
weeks
get off
ago.
on the
Fever
third
did not have
time or
Caitlin
something
Clark
again.
on.
And also taunted a little bit, joked with Becky on the sidelines during some fouls. A little bit of gamesmanship from her. Love to see that. Kelsey Mitchell, also a player that struggled. 33% shooting, but it doesn't matter. Shooters shoot. And she scored big baskets in the moment when she had to. And 21 points, 4 assists, only 1 turnover on the night. Unfortunately, she also had 10 no calls. Going to the rim and being fouled. I mean, I was afraid at one point Caitlin Clark was going to hurt herself, so how much she was jumping and yelling at the refs. And there was someone that was joking in the game threads that was like, Caitlin Clark is going to be the only player to both injure herself and get a technical from the bench. And she's pushing it every night. She's pushing it every night. We'll have to see how this goes. But 3-pointers also carried the night. I mean, Sophie Cunningham is the truth. She is so consistent now. 3 for 4 again tonight. 15 points, 3 rebounds, 1 steal, 3 for 4. She's killing it. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't say welcome to Ari McDonald, honorary MVP, getting out of the slump, going 3 for 3. 9 points from 3 land. Started a little bit tough, ended with 4 assists, 2 steals, and hit an absolute cold dagger, recognizing the mismatch, hitting the step back 3, and putting the Aces to bed, sending them on that long flight home. Thank goodness we got Ari McDonald, because this team wouldn't have won as many games as they had with Clark out as they would have if we didn't pick up Ari. One of the best hardship pickups, and a thing that's not talked a lot about. Without Ari, without Caitlin Clark, we're winning no games on this team currently. And the actual MVP of the night to me was Tosh. We don't win this game without Tosh playing with the amount of effort she did, both ends of the floor. 18 points, 13 rebounds, 5 offensive rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals, 66% shooting. And the thing I love most about her is that she is the pros pro. And I've talked about this in past episodes, but really in this game too, again, she just fixes the little things. She fixed the free throws, she's fixed other little things in her game, she added the cutting into her game, and now it's just there. It's always there. I would love Timpson to pick up a little bit of that. We'll talk to her in a little bit. But the fact that she is so active on the rebounds, on the defensive end, getting steals, and on top of that, now when she's carrying the ball down the court, which was a big problem in the last game, it's been a problem in previous games, she wasn't pushing it. She wasn't pushing into a turnover or forcing into a turnover. She was slowing down, finding the play, kicking it out if she had to get set up. Loved her growth and the fact that she just continues to stack Good performance on good performance. Improve all the haters wrong. Timpson, the twin, KK, she had great minutes. Give her more minutes. Please, Coach White, stop keeping her out of the game for the love of all that is, because she's super athletic. She brings a thing that we just don't have on the floor. Sure, there's a little bit of rough edges, and she's not great at scoring yet, but she's pulling down rebounds. She's giving us second opportunities. She played great defense against Melissa Smith, locking her up on the night. She's guarding perimeter players because she's fast and long and athletic. Like, she's doing so many things that we can't get from our other bigs, including Dantas, who, speaking of which, Dantas struggled so mightily tonight. Like, she only had 2 minutes, but in those 2 minutes, she had one of the worst turnovers of the night. I mean, it's not as bad as Coulson, which we'll get into, but it was not good. And she's just, before she was a big body that could kind of bang down low, with the big like Brianna Jones and those kind of players. But she, whatever, coming back from AmeriCup, she just has lost the spice. So hopefully we get to see her get that back, because she is a good player. It's just clearly right now she is not performing up to what the Fever need, and the Fever can't afford errors. And speaking of errors, Coulson, to her credit, she turned it around after the first half. But she's not shooting great. She had, in the first half, she had assists that looked like, plays of the game, like great assists, like great plays. But then she had 5 turnovers, and like 2 of them were stepping out of bounds. One of them was she just threw the ball away at the end of the half. And the other one was she just runs into Kelsey Mitchell. It's like, girl, Sid, come on, Sydney. Like, I mean, she's a better player than this, and she did, have better minutes in the second half. Didn't have too many errors, but come on, you need to get more out of you, Sydney Coulson. I know you're a better player than this. Don't let the haters win, Sydney. Don't let them win. Hull, I mean, didn't sink a shot tonight. However, she had as big of an impact on the floor as Sophie Cunningham did. I mean, not necessarily scoring wise. I'm not going to put it out there, but plus minus wise, her minutes were good. For someone to not contribute any points when Sophie Cunningham contributed 15, but defensively, she's just mucking up. She's getting blocked. She's getting the steals. She's, she's out there hitting the floor, roughing up those knees. She got trainers putting super glue on them bad boys, to close them up, while she's out there. And it's just like that kind of effort you can't buy. I can't wait for her shot to turn around, because it's gonna be there. And she's still confident. She's still trying to go. She's still trying to shoot. She is passing up a few opportunities when she is not, having this hot streak that she is accustomed to, but it's going to come back. And if we can have her and Sophie and Ari and everyone bombing from 3, we're going to be in a really good position to win a lot of these games. Coach White, notably in the post game, I really liked, again, I talked about it in the opening, but high standards. Like, even though we won this game, it's a feel good moment. She is not letting up on really impressing upon this team that every possession matters. If you are making mistakes, if you are not giving energy, the standard is set. Kelsey Mitchell talked about last time. The standards are high. We're going to keep high standards, and every possession matters. I'm not going to, we're not just going to be happy because we won the game. We're not going to rest on this, because we know that even though we beat the Aces in this game, there's still a lot of work to do. And unless we're putting 4 clean quarters together, unless we are meeting that standard of the New York Liberty and other teams, then we are not going to be happy with just a win against the Aces. We're not going to be happy with just this performance, because there was a lot of ugly moments. There's still moments where there's players on the floor. They're all deferring to each other. They're moving into bad corner passes. We're playing hot potato. We're not, and that's not what Stephanie White is coaching or trying to run. But the players are not being active, and you can see the difference between the players that want to score and our scores, the way that they cut, the way that they're moving on the floor, versus when we kind of get into these lulls and we get out of rhythm and we're just doing nothing. And a lot of it is going to be in those moments. Usually we have a couple players that are not offensive threats on the floor, and that is what's really hurting us. We need everyone to be able to shoot and be confident. Otherwise, they can sag off. They can not acknowledge some of our players, and we're just going to kind of have these dead possessions. So again, I love that we are impressing upon high standards. I love that players like Kelsey Mitchell and Aliyah Boston, even when they're struggling, having off nights, they are constantly pursuing and trying to score the basket. So overall, great team win. Now for me, obviously I'm moving. I got a lot of stuff going on. So some of the content, there's a lot of content that I want to create and put out more of. However, right now it's just I'm kind of doing the game recaps right now because I have to focus on this move. But after the move comes, there's a lot of fun stuff coming your way. But for right now, this is what it is. But let me know down in the comments what your favorite play of the night was. And as always, remember, you're going to be amazing today because you are amazing. And I'll catch you next episode.
Bow, bow, bow. Appreciate it. Thank you.